Her from the Andy Griffith Show as the young lady, the young girl, the young sister among the Darlings. Her name is Charlene, so would you please welcome tonight Charlene Darlin.
There is a time for love and laughter, but days are young, the path is old. The winter winds will follow after, and there is love, and love is warm. There is a time for us to wonder, when time is long, and so are we. The woods are greener over yonder, the path is new, the world is free. There is a time when leaves are falling, the winter winds, the day are old. The woods are greener over yonder, but there is love, and love is warm. There is a time for us to wonder, when time is young, and so are we. The woods are greener over yonder, the path is new, the world is free. When time is young, and so are we. The woods are greener over yonder. The path is new, the road is free. The path is new, the world is free.
I always thought this was the cutest of all the Darlings, and she is a darling girl.
Oh, thank you.
Hi, Maggie. How are you?
Hi, Ralph.
Welcome to our show.
Well, thank you. Nice to be here.
How were you selected for the Andy Griffith Show?
Well, Andy Griffith and I had the same manager, and I was singing in Scottsdale, Arizona, and Sheldon Leonard happened to be going through.
And he was the producer.
He was the producer, and he saw me singing in a hotel there, and he asked for me to come and read for the part. So that's how I did it.
Okay, what kind of singing were you doing?
Well, actually, I sang sort of a Dixieland with a group, so a Dixieland more flavor.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting because you didn't do any Dixieland that I ever saw on the Andy Griffith Show.
No, no, no. We're a little further south than that.
So he gave you the part, and what did he say to you when you came to the show? Did he tell you how you should play the character?
Well, no, he didn't do that. It just sort of evolved. Of course, they had it in mind that she was, in love with him and that sort of things, but that sort of evolved.
How did the Dillards get involved in this show?
Well, the Dillards left Missouri back in 1962 and hit Hollywood, and a record company out there signed us to a record deal, and they put a blurb in the Variety magazine about the Dillards signing a record deal. The Andy Griffith people saw that, asked us to come down to audition for the show, and after that, we got it.
Just like that?
Just like that.
It was like within 2 weeks. We thought everybody did that. You just went to Hollywood, and 2 weeks later, you're on the TV.
Were there a lot of bands auditioning for this spot?
Not that I know of. There wasn't a whole lot of bluegrass on the West Coast at that point in time.
Well, now, was the show already in production when they added the Darlings?
That's right. They wanted a rangy, mountain-looking group, so we just happened to fit what they needed. I don't know why.
What was the story about the wedding, the mountain wedding?
Oh, the mountain wedding. Well, there was one point in the show where all the Darlings were up in the cabin when Ernest T. was up trying to get Charlene. And we were all snoring in the cabin, right? When Andy and Barney were trying to sleep. And the director got so cracked up that we had to shut down production for about an hour before we could get started again. Andy and everybody cracked up.
I never saw anything like that.
His was like that all the time. I'm his brother. I know. I had to sleep in the same room with him for 20 years.
All right. Now, who were your boyfriends in this?
Well, I was married to Dud Wash. Of course, everybody was in love with Charlene.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it. You got it, you got it.
I know Ernest T. Bass used to throw rocks at everybody, and he fell in love with you.
Well, everyone did.
But
Ralph,
who did you reject Ernest T. Bass for?
Well, I always loved Andy, and then and Dud Wash was my husband.
Okay.
So.
Was Bob Denver ever in that?
Well, actually, yes. He was one of. There were two characters that played Dud Wash. One was Hoke Howell, and then also Bob Denver played the part.
See, I don't remember seeing Bob Denver in this. Somebody told me this.
Yes, he was. He was in He was in that one in the cabin where everyone was snoring.
By the way, let me point something out, which is important to the Dillards. You have a band.
That's correct.
Your band is called?
My band is called the Doug Dillard Band.
All right, Rodney, what is your band called?
The Dillards.
And but you book out separately. There are two bands.
Yeah, huh?
You only get together when we do these shows on Nashville Now.
Yeah, and Christmas. Doug and I get together for Mom's sake.
I see.
But we do. We're separate guys.
And you make records separately, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay. This portion of Nashville Now is brought to you. What? Oh.
I'm looking for Otis.
Would you hold this? Would you hold it? Would you hold all that for me?
Certainly.
And that too. Yes. Thank you. I don't know whether Otis would be interested in this or not. Probably would help him though to sober up. Anyway, this portion of Nashville Now is brought to you by Lipton. Lipton iced tea in cans and bottles. Sometimes you feel like a softer soft drink.